Thank you very much and good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to warmly welcome all who are present today who have accepted our invitation this afternoon. I represent the working committee for the Sri Lanka Association for Child Development. Well, I'm referring to a working committee because we haven't got our constitution approved as yet, but that wasn't going to hold us back from inaugurating the Sri Lanka Association for Child Development and going ahead with whatever work we would like to start. I would like to thank you for being with us. Dr. Nihal Jayatilaka, Secretary, Ministry of Healthcare and Nutrition, Dr. Ferdowsi Rastamehta, Country Representative WHO, Dr. Rasmisiri Hevage, Director, Lady Ridgeway Hospital for Children, founder members of the Sri Lanka Association for Child Development, invitees and friends. We hold today an important event for several reasons, apart from today being the World Disability Day. This is the first ever professional association in Sri Lanka dedicated to health development. And secondly, and more importantly, it brings together a truly multidisciplinary group of people who are interested and also has the competence and the skills in the area of child development. And I'm talking about medical profession, allied health professionals, social work, people in the social work field and education and others. We all share the same ground with regard to understanding and working on developmental needs of children. So when we refer to developmental needs of children, we are actually talking about helping children reach their full potential, reduce vulnerabilities that might compromise them reaching their full potential, promoting their resilience, promote their competence and self-reliance to be able to meet the challenges of daily living and also special situations. So accordingly, our mission is to promote, facilitate and support advancement of knowledge and skills, research and interest in development and developmental disorders of children, and apply these purposes for the welfare of children, their families and community, because we believe all children have the right to receive the best opportunity for growth and development. Our logo was designed by a child, Ms. Navangini Silva, who is 14 years, and it was put in computer graphics by Mr. Nirmal Boruggama, who is a medical student. Thank you, Navangi and Nirmal. And the logo depicts the bud in the cage that represents all the developmentally challenged children in Sri Lanka. The blooming flower, which has broken through the cage but shares the same stem, symbolizes the freedom and upliftment of all children to bloom to their full potential. Let me list out some of the targets that we hope to focus on, and that is to improve the level of detection and intervention with regard to child development problems, respond to demands and public expectations, because we find working in the field of child development and working in the field of child care that the demands and the expectations keep changing all the time. It definitely increases all the time. And another target would be to focus on capacity building and share the resources you can see from the audience, we have a very rich collection of very resourced people, and of course play an advocacy role where it is necessary. So for us to achieve these targets, the strategies would be, I wouldn't go through the whole list, but to take up a few. Promote literacy in child development is very essential, because it is not at a level, as good a level as we would expect. So we've got a website, we'll involve the media, and we'll have meetings. The web address is given there. There is some more to add and refine the website, but it is available. We need developmental assessment schedules. Few things are already being done, but we have a tendency to use very extensive, or what is available are the very extensive developmental assessments that take a long time to apply. So we need culture-friendly, user-friendly ones that we need to develop. Because most of these developmental assessments have been designed and developed in the West, where they see only 2 children a day, whereas we see 20 plus children. So we need a different kind of assessment schedules, but as effective as they are in other places. We would like to hold training workshops, regional meetings, and also recognize special groups of children. Now, if I may just refer to who these special groups of children, apart from the ones we see day to day with developmental disorders. There's a whole list of children who chronically with disabilities, economically deprived children, displaced children, children who are exposed constantly to adverse experiences, street children, children in residential homes, children who are unavailable or having ill, or the parents are unavailable or ill. Now I've added gifted children to this. Now you'll be surprised to know that some of the children that we see in our clinics coming to us with various school-related problems, sometimes we are told that they have learning difficulties. When we assess them, we find their IQs are in the range of 130, 140 and 150. And we wonder what the schools are actually doing. So here is a group of children where again their potential, achieving their potential is compromised because the facilities are not available. In the same tone, I would refer to lots of children we see with autism but having savant skills, and it's quite amazing some of the skills they display. And academic and scientific pursuits and events, we are very much interested in having research programs. If possible, if we have the funds, we perhaps even fund research programs. So these are very important things that are going to be on our agenda. Finally, I must acknowledge the importance of parents in all this. Some parent organizations are represented here. We wouldn't be able to work effectively unless we take the parents on board and we have their partnership and the support. So, having said that, I again thank all of you who are here today, accepted our invitation and are present today. Thank you very much.